everybody, and welcome to another instalment of Jono's Graveyard Jaunts. If you are enjoying the content of the channel so far, can I please ask you to like and subscribe so the channel can grow and we can venture further afield to ever more interesting places. Once again, we are at the stunning Church Rock Cemetery in the city of Nottingham, where we featured another video at this cemetery covering the story of Sir Frank Bowden, who founded Raleigh Cycles and built the business into the biggest cycling company in the world at one point. Sir Frank Bowden is also buried here. Now, Church Rock Cemetery is a Grade 2 listed site, sits on 13 acres of land, has over 14,000 graves with over 43,000 bodies buried in the cemetery. The site sits on an old sandstone mine and occupies an area where former public hangings used to take place. And the gallows themselves were located just outside of the main gates on Mansfield Road. The place was known as Gallows Hill and Public executions took place here until 1827. Today we're going to be talking about a man who was not only eminent in a plethora of different fields, but was also responsible for designing and managing the construction of Church Rock Cemetery itself. This man was born in Nottingham in 1808 and christened on the 1st of February, and his name was Edwin Patchitt. Edwin was the son of a barge coal dealer and attended Bluecoat School. Patchitt joined an established solicitor's business as an office boy, and through that company's work for the town authorities gained knowledge and experience that enabled him to take on many important roles. After rising up through the ranks of the solicitor's firm, he became sufficiently wealthy to build a large mansion called Forest House, with 30 acres of land known as Patchitt's Park on the land adjacent to the forest. The house was converted into a children's hospital in 1901 and is now a private school. He was also Justice of the Peace for Nottingham, and in 1837 he married a lady by the name of Eliza Speed. Edwin also played cricket for Nottingham between 1840 and 1845, which included matches at home and also Brighton Oval and at Lord's, and he played in 4 first-class matches. He also became the Mayor of Nottingham in 1858. Edwin Patchitt died at the Queen's Hotel in Hastings on the 6th of February 1888, and on the 11th of February he was buried in Church Rock Cemetery, Nottingham. Edwin Patchitt's obituary in the Nottingham Evening Post on the 7th of February 1888 read, "A man of fine physique and fond of athletic pursuits, representing Notts in the cricket field both at home and at Brighton, at the Oval and at Lord's." It was, though, not his physique or his cricketing prowess. He played in just 4 county matches between 1840 and 1843, but his long and considerable service to his hometown that prompted the fulsome tribute in the Post, which went on to say, and I quote, "A man of keen perception and brilliant parts, the late Mr. Patchitt was greatly esteemed for his knowledge of county council law and the criminal statutes, and he was frequently a witness before special commissions at Westminster." As we've already stated, Edwin Patchitt designed Church Rock Cemetery, including the layout, and what is interesting about the actual layout is that even in death, the very wealthy, with their very ornate and elaborate stones to mark their final resting places, lie at the highest point in the cemetery at the top level, whereas the poor and the downtrodden lie in a simple sandpit, located at the lowest point in the cemetery with their simple markers. So perhaps to quote George Orwell from his famous satire entitled Animal Farm, and I quote, "We are all equal, but some are more equal than others, still stands in death."